This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
I don't know. There's no doubt that it was a distraction, but for the coach, that's a distraction that they created. So you create it, you got to live through it. Now for Tua, I commend him more because it's a distraction that he had to deal with, questions he had to deal with, and he had to play through that. And it's funny because if somebody tells me that that kid is not mentally or physically tough, I will laugh at you on that one. Because that kid is as mentally tough as it gets to have to deal with all of that. And he has he has overcome all this Watson garbage, half the fan base not believing in him, half the media saying he's a bust, rib injuries, a cracked finger, no quarterbacks coach, no offensive line coach, no offensive coordinator. And in 16 games, let's see, what's the kid's numbers again? In 16 games. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong paper. Here we go. 16 games. His numbers are 351 of 524 for 3,515 yards, 67% completion percentage, 21 touchdowns through the air, 11 interceptions, 6 touchdowns on the ground, passer rating of 90.5. And back-to-back completion percentage games of 80%. Since 1950, it's Tua, Kyler Murray doing it this year, Breeze in 2018, and Peyton Manning in 2013. I admire Tua more and more every day. You know, that's why if there's anything I pray for as a Dolphins fan is get an O-line coach, fix this O-line, figure out who can play and who can't. Because right now, some guy told me, well, how do we, how can you tell who's a player or not? And I said, you can't. Until you actually get real offensive coaches in here, we can't really determine who can play and who can't on the O-line. Fix this damn O-line, protect this kid, get him a stud running back. You got a bunch of excellent complementary backs. You need a stud running back, and watch this kid take off. That's all. I got nothing but admiration for Tua Tagovailoa. So that's where I would say that all the Watson talk, it should hurt Tua more than anybody else. And yet he's fought through all of this. Mad props to that kid. Lizzie, can I tell you what my gut tells me? And it's a big gut. My gut tells me, my big gut tells me, it's the way I'm feeling it. When I saw Marino give Tua that hug, that attention on the field a little over a month ago, remember? I'm convinced that there is it a schism? Is that what it's called when there's a divide? Is that the word I'm looking for? There's a divide in the building. Pay attention to me now. I think there's a divide in the building, but I think it's mostly Flo. I think mostly Flo doesn't like the kid. And I get a feeling that a lot of people in the building like the kid. And I think a lot of people in the building understand that Flo has effed this whole thing up. And I think a lot of people in the building are probably pissed off that Flo has done everything to sabotage the development of the quarterback, whether it's done purposely or just done because he's irresponsible when it comes to his offense. So I think there's a divide in there. And I think the decision will be made in the offseason, Flo or Tua. And we're going to see what direction they're going to go in. Because I don't think those two can coexist anymore. That's just my gut telling me what I'm seeing from the outside. Nobody inside the building telling me this. But this is kind of, then again, nobody had to tell me that it wasn't the front office the problem. It's coaching. Yet tons of people are pointing fingers at the front office, and all those people got a bunch of egg on their face right now.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.